let's get into this question real quick. Let's talk about teamwork. So all of us are creatives, all of us in our own right. Different fields under the entertainment umbrella, but we're all in there. I want to talk about teamwork. All right. So the question is, how do you navigate teamwork in a time where personal brands are so highly sought after? When it's all about me and your social media popping. Okay, you got to answer that.
Yes, I do. I felt like that was the question that I was ready to answer right away when I read through them. I think it's just important to know what the common goal is. I think, first of all, it takes a team to get to any end goal, right? Like we can't do anything big or worth doing, I think, in a vacuum. So just knowing what the common goal is, what the end goal is, and constantly being in communication about it. I feel like communication is the driver to achieve goals when it comes to teams. So I think I'm an over communicator. My team, my friends know that. I like to constantly just dialogue about why we're doing something or what the goal is or what we're trying to achieve with this smaller goal. But yeah, I think bottom line being knowing what the common goal is and constantly communicating.
Anybody else? Teamwork.
Go ahead.
Somebody.
Okay, I feel like creativity inherently is a team effort. And like you can't create anything without a team. Like if you just think about you as a person, you were created by your mom and your dad. And the world was created by God, and He's a three-in-one being. And
Okay, come on, bring him in here.
just
Bring
a
him into the
little
conversation.
word. you know, I was like, that just came naturally
Oh man, it's in your heart.
because I'm a Christian. Okay, but no, for real, everything takes effort. Even if you're a solo designer and you have like no team around you, quote unquote, you're still looking for inspiration. And you're inspired by somebody else's work, or you're creating on a website that somebody else created, and that had a team. So everything in of itself just merits a team, and creation cannot exist without a team and without a group of people. And that's that.
You want to drop the mic? You want to drop the mic?
Wait. Oh, okay. Ellie, but I am going to come back to you about something.
I agree with both of those statements. But what I was actually going to say is something that Joanne and I were previously like just casually like grazing over the topic. When I think about someone that is like immensely creative, is like Tyler the Creator, and that is someone that like it's Tyler's world. We're all just living in it, you know. So I feel like when it comes to like teamwork, his team they had the vision. He displayed the vision as an individual or essences of the vision. And a quote that I actually heard like earlier this week was like, people will fall in love with the leader before they fall in love with the vision.
That's
You know?
good.
So I feel like with teamwork, like you have to have people that are like, that is our leader. We are faithful to their vision, and it is our vision now. You know,
Yeah.
so that's my thoughts on.
To piggyback off what? Yes,
You
teacher
raised
pick
your hand.
me. To piggyback off what she said, my answer was going to be for me personally. In order to align myself with someone, I have to genuinely like them, and with liking them means like I like what they create. I like who they are as a person. I love their vision. A buddy of mine, he said this to me, and it stuck with me. It still sticks with me because I kind of move forward with this mindset of like he said, Joanne, I like you as a person, and anything you do, I trust you because I trust you as a person. So he's like, anything you do creative, you can count on me to be in it. And to me, I'm like, man, so that means that anything I come up with, and he has always shown up, you're going to show up for. So for me, it's like, if I genuinely like you and believe in you as a person, then it just kind of rolls over. And whatever you're creating, I want to serve you in that, and I want to lock in with you on that. So
I mean, okay, but teamwork is hard. Like it can be a very, very, very hard thing because you're dealing with humans and everything that they bring to the table. My question, though, with you, I know you working with someone that you genuinely like. Does that mean you wouldn't work with somebody that you don't like to reach a goal? Because I would. I'm all about it. Because I feel like you have to in a lot of instances.
Do
It
you?
depends.
Do you?
I think we are in a time where we're seeing it. People are just leaving jobs, by the drove. So it's almost like for me personally, it's like if I don't like you as a person, and I think that this experience work wise is just going to be detrimental to my mental, emotional, and creative like health, the check isn't worth it for me. The check, it's just not worth it for me. I can walk away. So for me, it's like if I don't like you as a person, but it's a good check or a good opportunity, I'm fine walking away from that, because what's valuable for me is I don't want to spend however much time it is and walking away and being like, man, that sucked working with that person, or that sucked going through what I went through. So for me, it's like, yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, it's not even about maybe not liking that person, right? But as much it is like when I'm around you, I feel drained, or we don't really have the same heart about maybe bigger issues, and that can make it difficult to work with someone, right? Like, I don't know, for me, if I like the phrase I don't like someone, because I don't really not like people. It's just more of, do I feel like there's synergy here for us to make something happen? If you're going to be dealing with that person all day, every day, I think it's very important that you get along, that you can communicate, because the reality is there's going to be a lot of things you don't agree about. So can we communicate about those things openly? Can we receive feedback? Can we compromise on things? Can we, have those difficult conversations, I guess? And so when you have a lot of differences, or maybe it can be really rigid, and you obviously can't work with people that are really rigid when it comes to teamwork, right? Because everyone has to be malleable in certain ways. So
I think what I'm sorry, I cut you off. I think our world is so polarized. So when I hear I have to like genuinely like you, I think that leads to even more people living in their little bunkers with their own tribe, with their own people. And I think one thing that we've lost in this nation is, but no, sometimes there's a goal that requires us to cross lines and to go into other areas with people that we do not genuinely like, but you learn another skill set of like, I have to know how to work with you though. That's what's happening in our country with a two-party system, right? Republicans and Democrats, if they go, I don't want to work with you, it's like, but it's not about you. The goal is to help the people. So then we have to learn these different skills on how to go across the line.
I agree completely, though. I think there's a lot of room for growth in each of us, and over the past several years, I've even learned that myself. Like, things that when I started out, I thought I'd be more rigid on. Years in, I realized, like, you can't be rigid if you really want to build something great. You have to be open. You have to be willing to listen to other people, even that you may not agree with on a lot of things. But again, I think there's wisdom in choosing the right partners. Um, but yeah, definitely not cutting people off or shutting opportunities down just based on like, we don't see eye to eye. It's like, no, let's have some conversations. Let's see if we can actually communicate. Because if we can, I think we can do something.
And sometimes that goal, if we're trying to make a movie, I don't need to be your friend. I literally just need to know, can you fulfill the job that I need for you to fulfill? Like, sometimes it's just that simple for me. And I know one of the things, I don't know if it's so much outside of the church world, but in the church world, which I hate the term family. Like, whenever you work with like church people and they're like, oh, we're a family. We're not. Yes, spiritually, we belong to God, so we're part of a family. But when it comes to work, we're not.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Serious red flag.
Red banner.
Like, I actually just shut down this conversation. I was talking with someone, and they're like, "Oh yeah, because we're a family." And I was like, "No, no, no, we're not." I literally said, "No, no, no, we're not." And he was like, "Wait, but we are a family." And he was like, "Oh, we're a staff family." I said, "No, we're not. We're a team, because you can't fire family. Like, even if like my sisters, which I love my sisters, if they did something that was just like apprehensible, I can never fire blood from being blood. So I'm like, I can't lay off blood. I can't say you no longer believe what I believe, so now you're out of my life. You don't do that. I like, we're still always gonna be blood. So I hate the term family and work environments. Period. I am absolutely against it. So teamwork. Sorry. So teamwork is very important too.
Oh, I was just saying agreed.
Oh.
But I will also add
Pero.
that like just want to add that I always have encounter people that I don't necessarily want to work with, like wherever I go, and I feel like that's something that I'm just constantly learning. But one mindset that I've had is that we're all part of the same team. So I start like internalizing that mindset and that perspective that they're not against me, and that and their personality that I'm feeling or being triggered by is actually just something that maybe they're dealing with or I'm going to need to deal with on my own. But at the end of the day, we're the same team and we're trying to achieve a goal. But I do draw the line around toxic people. Like, some people are difficult.
We both pointed.
Giving, you're saying I'm toxic.
No.
They're like, we ain't never working with her.
Go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, but so I don't mind working with difficult people. I feel like that grows me as a person and as a leader, because as you grow up or go in leadership, you're just gonna encounter people that you don't necessarily like or want to work with, but you're gonna have to lead them. And I think that's fine, but I do draw the line around toxic people. That's where I'm like, bye.